Hello, my name is Chris Brink. I am the author of this book, The Soul of a University, Why Excellence is Not Enough. It's about the role of a university in society. By the soul of a university, I mean its essence, that which remains unchanged over time and place. And the essence of a university I take to be the exercise of reason. Reason exercised in particular in the search for knowledge and the pursuit of truth. When we engage in learning and scholarship, which is what we do as academics, we do so in a certain way. We follow the way of rationality. But now there is a problem. Reasoning and rationality and the idea of truth as some representation of reality have suffered a remarkable loss of esteem. The currency of truth has been devalued. In 2016, the Oxford English Dictionary picked post-truth as its word of the year. In a post-truth society, appearances count for more than reality, and what people can be led to believe count for more than what they ought to know. It used to be the case that public figures who contradict themselves would be held up to ridicule. No more. No less a person than the President of the United States has demonstrated that contradicting yourself is a way of validating any opinion, that alternative facts, so-called, may be conjured up with ease, and that, to quote his lawyer, truth isn't truth. So, the essence of a university is no longer held in esteem the way we had always assumed it would be. This is a development that should be of concern to all of us. In the prologue to my book, I say, any thought of a response must begin with an admission. As academics, we've been complacent in watching the new post-truth spirit develop, complicit in facilitating it, and compliant in accommodating its consequences. I believe there are two key questions we must always ask ourselves about our academic work. The first question is, what are we good at? We're very practiced in responding to that question. But the second question is, what are we good for? What is our role in society? And this second question still seems to catch us by surprise. The what are we good at question is a question of excellence. The what are we good for question is a question of purpose. Both questions are legitimate, both questions are important. We have been focusing relentlessly on the pursuit of excellence. We have not given equal attention to the question of purpose. No wonder that the exercise of reason suffers a loss of esteem when people cannot see us deploying it in addressing the challenges faced by society. My book really hangs on the juxtaposition of these two key questions. What are we good at and what are we good for? Let me just extract 3 points. First, excellence is necessary, but not sufficient. Excellence is only one dimension of a broader notion of quality, which also encompasses a dimension of societal contribution. We've been compliant in accommodating one major consequence, perhaps unintended consequence, of our focus on excellence, which is the obsession with rankings and league tables. When we respond to the what are we good at question, we often do so now by saying we are number so and so on the ranking by somebody or other in the subject of such and such. The difficulty is that rankings are normative at least as much as they are substantive. They create a reality at least as much as they reflect a reality. In fact, rankings are a perfect manifestation of the post-truth society. They give the appearance of certainty, but they avoid the complexities of truth. Secondly, we should not think of quality without thinking of inequality. Inequality is about the distance between those at the top and those at the bottom. And in an unequal society, the context of those at the top is very different from the context of those at the bottom. But performance is relative to context. Those at the top often easily claim the mantle of merit without factoring in the helping hand of advantage. However, ability should be able to access opportunity regardless of advantage or circumstance. Finally, we should think of responding to societal challenges as a core function of the university. Given all the grand challenges facing society, globally or locally, given the expertise at your university, and given the needs in your local community, which of those challenges does your university choose to respond to, and how does it deploy its excellence in doing so? I hope for the day when the question, which societal challenges does your university respond to, becomes as common and as insistent as the question, which academic disciplines does your university excel at? For universities, there's a very old characterization of what we call quality, namely, to know the true, to do the good, and to take delight in both. In a post-truth society, we must keep up the search for truth and understanding, but we should do so with a better understanding of why we are doing it and how excellence can have a sense of purpose. If we do, then perhaps we can also recover the sense of enjoyment in what we do. Thank you.